suppose you know that song, actually. Chorus of Too Many Broken Hearts. But we're here at PWL, which of course is the home of Stockacre and Waterman, and this is where we actually get to make the records. And I thought that I'd like to show you around, so come and have a look. This is what we call a mixing desk, I guess. It's actually not. This particular desk is not orientated towards vocal recording. When in a vocal sort of situation, you'd have what would be set up is like a glass situation behind you, and you could actually relay through sort of like a two-way system into your vocalist and back and forward from the desk. So the engineer and the producer can say, sing this line like so, or lift that up, or do this or do that. But this is what happens after you've actually made the record, or after you've actually put down your vocal on a record. You come into a studio like this, and you'll get your other musicians to sit out there, and they'll sort of play different keyboard lines. They'll put in the drum bits, which are registered. Yeah, I suppose that's sort of basically about all these little dots and digits everywhere. Don't ask me. That's up to an engineer. I wouldn't have a clue, but I'm learning a little more about it the further I go. It's probably actually one of the songs that I felt was least likely to be a single, actually. It was quite interesting because as a vocal song to sing, it was very easy to sing, and it was very quick for me to pick up, which obviously meant that if it was quick for me, it would be quick for everybody else. I think it was more sort of an influence, I guess, from my parents, I suppose, than anybody. My father's been an actor for a long time, and also my mother. And I suppose, like, from the age of sort of 6 or 7, I've spent most of my life, on the sets of different television shows and films, and particularly theatre, which is something that my father's been involved in for a long time. And I guess a lot of people tend to either become very involved with what your parents do, or a lot of people tend to go in different directions, and I was one of these people that sort of sat back and watched all the time. It was always exciting when my father or someone in my family actually liked a record that I liked, and I thought, wouldn't it be nice to put something on the album that could reflect the same for the kids today, the kids in the 80s. So I thought, let's try and get a cover version of something that maybe your parents might know, and put that on the album, which can be a little more updated to an 80s sort of sound. And that's what we did with Seal with a Kiss. I sort of sit in the studio, I suppose, sometimes, and it maybe take 3 to 4 hours to record a song. And the process is basically Mike sort of sits down and will play you the keyboards or whatever, and play you maybe a little melody line, and he'll sing it along, and they'll write at a very, very rapid pace, which is very intense for that 3 hours, because you've got to concentrate. You've really got to concentrate, because you've only got that amount of time to put the record down once, and to make it sound fantastic. And every day is what it says. It's about life. It's about someone who is obviously involved in a relationship. I may never give you flowers. I may be working all these hours to build a life for me and you. It's about relationships, about building a relationship. Fans are why I'm sitting here, Fans keep me going in an acting sense on my records, and I do it for people who like my music. It's important to grow with your fans too, to not take a big leap. A lot of musicians tend to get very serious about their music and think, right, I'm in the pop market, my God, I've got to try and capture the over 25 age group, and I've got to get respect from my elders. I have to, but you've got to remember that the kids are going to grow older too, and if you grow with the kids, the respect will come anyway. I guess actually working with Kylie on Especially For You was great fun. We initially we were discussing between ourselves, I guess because of the association, particularly with neighbours, whether it was the right thing to do a record together. But after initially having decided, yes, it was, and because the public was saying, hey, we really want this, we thought, fantastic, you know, that's the way we should go. And it was great fun. I guess it's nice to be able to work with a friend in that sense, because you can respond not only vocally, but as an actor, as her being an actress, we could work together very well, because there was never any barriers, I suppose, between you. You know, you could always say what you wanted to say. And I think in the video, it's a very uplifting type of video, and it shows that friendliness that we like to portray on screen. So here it is. Well, thanks for joining us. I know that it's very interesting for people who actually haven't seen behind the scenes of, say, a recording studio, a television station, a radio station, for you to actually see what goes on in places like these, because I was very fascinated by it when I first got involved. So I hope you enjoyed it. Take care.